New name, new ownership. Will it translate into new fortunes for what we call now the Delhi Capitals? The Delhi franchise all set for another IPL. You could call them underachievers given the players that they've had, the squads they've sometimes had, and yet not quite made it to the summit of the league. With Ajit Agarkar and Brad Hodge, we discuss their strengths and weaknesses, the X-Factor players, their ideal 11, and where they will possibly finish. Let's have a look at the squad itself that, of course, Ricky Ponting will have some time working with. And it's one thing that they need to also identify is perhaps a leadership role and who take charge of this team. Shikhar Dhawan returns to his home state after being swapped before the auction with the Sunrisers Hyderabad. Colin Ingram's a T20 specialist. He could get a game. Colin Munro at the top has failed for Delhi in the past. Shreyas Iyer, Manjot Kalra of India under-19 fame, and we know how good Prithvi Shaw has been in the early start to his test career. They've got Rishabh Pant, who naturally would be first choice. There'll be no doubt about his place in the Delhi 11. Chris Morris, Kemo Paul from the West Indies, and Hanuma Vihari as an all-rounder is a bit flattering, but that's where he features for Delhi. Jalaj Saxena and Akshar Patel. So seasoned T20 campaigner, Akshar Patel joins their ranks. Rabada and Trent Bolt are the most notable overseas fast bowlers. Ishant Sharma has returned to T20 cricket. Natu Singh and Avesh Khan, along with Harshal Patel, are other Indian seam bowling options. Amit Mishra, Sandeep Lamichanne, Rahul Tewatia, the leg spinning options. Jayant Yadav, the Indian off-spinning all-rounder. Right, let's get into this then. Delhi tend to often cop the flack of most of the IPL. They were better when you used to play for the Delhi Daredevils, and now for the Delhi Capitals.
No, actually, when I played, they probably had the worst squad. before when I played, and after that, I think they've picked some decent squads in the auction, but somehow can't put a season together. I think the one season that we played when Kevin Peterson had a huge season. That's the year we qualified for the playoffs.
Yeah, that's the year I was talking about. But you're saying it was not a good team then either.
No, that year, I mean, because Kevin Peterson joined and he had such a big season, turned out to be a good season. Sehwag played well. So, but after that, I mean, couple of auctions they've done decently well. At least on paper, the team looks good. But somehow can't put the season together. I think they're a really good team. Again, lots of young Indians, but established sort of good T20 players in a Rishabh Pant or a Shreyas Iyer or Prithvi Shaw showed us some glimpses last year. They've got Chris Morris as the all-rounder. Hopefully he's fit throughout the season because he can make a huge difference. Rabada, you know what quality. Lamichane, we saw can make an impact in that squad. So they seem to have all bases covered. Again, Shikhar Dhawan with the experience at the top. If you need an overseas opener, there's a Colin Munro who can be an impactful player. So on paper, again, looks a good team. Whether they have the leadership, you won't get a better man than Ricky Ponting to be in that dugout to guide you. But it's eventually what guys do on the field and how they execute the plans makes a difference.
So there's no obvious weakness.
Not for me. I think they've got Amit Mishra as well. They've got the leg spin option as well in both those guys, and a couple of real quicks. So looks good on paper to me. How well they play, time will tell.
Yeah, lots of boxes ticked for Ajit. You go with that, Hodge, that this team looks good on paper?
Yeah, I think they've got a powerful batting lineup. Yeah, we've seen that in the past, that last year in particular, the youngsters really shone through with Suresh Iyer and Rishabh Pant. I think they really missed Chris Morris last year with his experience in T20, his bowling and his batting. They seem to have a lot of flexibility with their spin attack. So they've got variety, they've got options. Probably, I guess, the only weaknesses they may have is maybe the fielding department, maybe a fraction questionable, and again, just that leadership, that inexperience on the field in crucial moments. That if they can overcome that, then they should be a pretty good team.
X-Factor players, let's get into that. Ajit, who have you gone for?
Oh, I've forgotten. Rishabh Pant. Rishabh Pant I've gone for. I think, look, his progress, especially in Test cricket for India, has been remarkable. He's done it before in T20 cricket in the IPL. We know he can win games on his own. Again, a wicket keeper, so that's an added bonus. But it's his batting, I think, at the top of the order, which can decide games for Delhi. And if he can have a good season, Delhi will be well placed to challenge for the playoffs.
I mean, let's look at his numbers from last year, and Rishabh Pant continues to be the exciting prospect that he is. And he had a very good IPL as well, 684 runs from 14 innings, striking at 173 and 6 scores above 50. That's what you want from one of your main batsmen at the top of the order. Hodge, who have you gone for?
I've gone for Sandeep Labuschagne. I think as a spinner, he's just come on leaps and bounds. He's got a real X factor. He's got a good wrong, and I just watched him bowl in the big bash out here. So I think he'll have a huge impact similar to that of a Rashid Khan for Sunrisers. So expecting big things.
Yeah, I saw a bit of Sandeep Lamichan in the Big Bash League. Delhi didn't use him at the start of that tournament last year. Would he be an obvious choice in the playing 11? We'll figure when Delhi field their team. But what about Ajit and Hodge? Do they both pick Sandeep Lamichan as a frontline starter? Let's have a look at Ajit Agarkar's team to start with. And Delhi, of course, still haven't officially named a captain at the time that we record this, but in time you'd think someone will take the reins. Shreyas Iyer could very well continue in that role. They have Shikhar Dhawan as an option. That's the team that they've gone for. There is Lamichhane, there is Kagiso Rabada and Chris Morris. So lots of South Africans in that overseas contingent for you.
Yeah, I mean, Australian sort of the coach, so you expect lots of South Africans to be there. But no, looks on paper a really good team again. You know, the top order looks formidable. There's Colin Ingram's been in good form. Whether he can translate that in Indian conditions, we'll wait and see. But he's got the power game. Again, Chris Morris could be so crucial, just like Ben Stokes could be for Rajasthan Royals. That sort of quality as an all-rounder, where you can bat at 7 and be your frontline seamer, would be important. And Rabada, we know, he's world class. So Avesh Khan had a couple of good games last season, could make a difference. And like Brad has said before, Lamichhane could be that X factor, which every team is on a lookout for. So looks good on paper. Hopefully they can perform as well.
Okay, what about Brad Hodges' ideal 11 for Delhi Capitals? Let's have a quick look at that team, and my eye immediately falls to the last name on that list in Ishant Sharma, who finds Proom in your team, Hodgie.
Yeah, it was really, you know what? I just want to see the return of those big long locks in the Delhi colours. It was tossing up between the extra batter of Bahari in the middle. But you know what? I thought if Shikhar Dhawan's going to come home, then it's only fair that we see Ishant in those colours running in. And I think he can maybe have an impact. I'm not sure how long that impact will last for. But I think that he'll be fired up if he gets an opportunity. So throw him out there early and give the big fella a go. He was outstanding in the Test series, and we've seen what the Indian quicks can do in the short form at the moment. So whack him in there and see what he can do in new colours.
I'm going to save this clip for a suitable time, sometime midway or perhaps towards the end of the season. Where will the team finish? Hodgie, thoughts? Delhi looking good. You've said good things about him, as is Ajit. Where do you think they'll finish?
Yeah, I've got them sneaking into the 4. I think they'll finish in the playoffs and get an opportunity. So I don't think they'll be right up the top, but I think they'll sneak in. And once you're in the finals, anything can happen.
Sure. You go with that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've left them at 4 or 5. I think they're definitely the top in the top 5 teams, at least at the start of the tournament. Hopefully, they can perform well and sneak into that, because they seem to have the personnel. It's then about going and performing consistently through those 14 games, which they've sometimes found difficult. So they definitely have the team to challenge.
Well, the new owners would happily take that if they are to make a playoff spot after this new rechristening of the side. But that's our preview for the Delhi Capitals for the 2019 IPL.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.